Hello, today we're on 6-4, slope of a line on page 162 in your purple book. Our objectives here are to find the slope of a line given 2 points on the line, and then to interpret slopes of lines, which are pretty basic. Alright, we're going to use the slope formula today. M and all the other slope formulas that you're going to learn represents the actual slope, so that's why I put that there. That's what we're trying to find today, so we're going to use the rise over run, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We're going to do a little example down here. So the 2, negative 6, so this is our x1, this is our y1, then this is our x2 and y2. Okay? So all we're going to do is plug in our numbers for our formula. So y2 is 1 minus our y1, which is negative 6, all over x2, which is 8, minus 2. Okay? These would turn into a positive, so 1 plus 6 is 7, over 8 minus 2, which is 6. Okay? Some things that you're going to figure out with slope is they're not going to be, this is not a fraction. Okay? This is how high or low that how much that you rise or lower on the y-axis, and how far that you run either left or right on the x-axis. Okay, this is referring to a graph. So you're looking at that probably saying, what? That's an improper fraction. We need to make it a mixed number, and no, there's no mixed numbers. It's one number over another number, okay? Your denominator, I shouldn't even say that, but your bottom number cannot be a 0 because that would be an undefined slope, but we'll get into that. Okay? Alrighty, so now we're going to go into, just super briefly, on the bottom of on that first page that we were on, talks about slopes that are positive, negative, or 0. Okay, so right here, if your slope on the graph is going from bottom left to a positive right, to a higher right, it's going to be a positive slope. Okay, right over here is my friend Mr. Slope Guy. See if you can figure out why his face looks like that by the end of this. Okay? So if slope is going from bottom left to top right, what would top left to bottom right be? Think about that for a second. You guys are so smart. That would be negative slope. You guys are so smart. Smart group. Okay? If you have a horizontal line on a graph, okay, it has a 0 slope. Okay? If you have a vertical line on a graph, there's no slope, also known as undefined. Okay? I want you to think back to when we're working with integers, what is the difference between 0 and undefined? Okay? Alrighty. So let's do some of the try these. Alrighty? So right here we're just trying to find the slope given 2 points. So we'll use the slope formula. So we have our x1, or y1, and then x2 and y2. Okay? Since this is the first time that you're seeing this probably, I want you to label your coordinate points just like I've done up here. Okay? I want you to pause the video, and I want you to see if you can try to figure this out. Alright guys, how'd you do? If you got 1/8, that is a correct answer. If you got something different, I want you to kind of go back and try it one more time. Alrighty? So we set this up. We have our y2 minus y1. Then we have our x2 minus x1 right here. 5 minus a negative 3 is really 5 plus a positive 3. Okay, because it's a double negative. So you're going to have 1/8. So you're going to rise a positive 1 up the graph, and then you're going to run a positive 8 to the right on the graph. Okay? Alrighty. So you're going to work on, in your notebook, the try these 1 through 13 1 through 12 in your notebooks right now. I know this is a pretty short, brief lesson, but all that you really need to do is you need to label your coordinate points, either x1, y1, or x2 or y2, and then plug them in for your formula. I would have the textbook open when you're doing these. It's really easy to make a mistake, especially with these double negatives. So make sure that you're paying attention, And make sure to look over the positive, negative, undefined, or zero graphs there in the textbook. Okay? Alrighty, good luck, and you'll work on the workbook part tomorrow in class. Okay, good luck, guys. Bye.